Well, my head's already in the shot anyway. Hello everybody, my name is Lucas Rumble, or in my YouTube channel you can call me Kim Biodude. And I'm here to tell you about one cell in particular. This cell is the prime defender of everything in your body. All the invaders of everyday life will attack you. And there is a defender ready to protect you and your hopes and dreams. And this beautiful being is known as the macrophage. Alright, Lucas, what are you thinking? First you start off playing games, and now you're going on with macrophages. What is your plan here? And I say, slow down there, bucko. I'm doing this for educational purposes, and also to remember what a macrophage is. So, a macrophage itself is a single cell organism. Yes, it is only one cell. And no, not a jail cell, it is a cell within the body. These cells are living things, and they are living inside us. We are made of living things, and yes, it is a paradox because we are living things made out of living things. And I'm not going to go into that paradox. So, macrophages are, as I like to say them, the frontliners. The Marines, as I like to refer to them as in an army sense. So these marine cells will defend the entirety of the body if the skin is pierced by anything. Let's say you got stabbed by a nail or something, youch. And that nail contains bacteria. Bacteria are nasty little parasitic little, can't say that word. Let's just say they're not good. They will try to infest your body, and basically the entire body says, no, this should not be in here. And the macrophages are the first ones to arrive. How exactly? Well, macrophages, like cells, are very small, and they have a capacity to travel like the entire immune system with capillaries. Capillaries are a blood vessel, a very, very thin blood vessel that is like only about a few micrometers big. And what is a micrometer?
Very small.
When thinking about something that small, these things are very fast in response, but macrophages actually live in the tissue of your body, which means they're always the first ones to arrive in combat. Let's say it's like a stealth force is preparing to make their move, waiting for their ambush. Well, not exactly. In fact, these things actually die out pretty fast. In fact, they are actually made by bone marrow through stem cells. Stem cells are actually known as the precursor to every cells, and they do divide like normal cells do. In fact, they go through mitosis. It's like every other cell, except they actually have one feature, and that is to differentiate. Differentiation can have a variety of ways to become one cell or another. In fact, let's say a stem cell wants to be a nerve cell, boom, it's a nerve cell. If it wants to be a muscle cell, boom, it's a muscle cell. If it wants to be a butt cell, it can be a butt cell. It really has its whole life to go through. That would suck being a butt cell. So anyway, back to macrophages. And how they attack is actually quite interesting. In fact, they actually have to rely on several things in order to actually attack, and that is actually based upon the immune system, and the immune system is actually part of it. In fact, macrophages are basically white blood cells. White blood cells are actually also made by the stem cells in the bone marrow. In fact, every single blood cell is actually made from bone marrow. And the reason they're called white blood cells is because, look at that. It's white. Like, there's no red Red, there's no red in that. It's actually based upon the iron within oxygen in order for it to do that. And my battery is running out, oh no. So macrophages will actually try to detect it. Because, well, they're cells, they can't see. They don't have eyes. Eyes are made out of cells and they don't have that. So how do they know if there's a bacteria in the body? Well, it's a very, very simple question. They know. In fact, macrophages have help from antibodies. Antibodies will actually help detect certain problems that is a normal common experience for these macrophages and white blood cells, any immune system. And not only that, they also have help from the capillary system, which is a sequence of proteins that will just burst holes into any bacteria. Basically, it's the iron maiden of bacterias. So macrophages, instead, what they'll do is that they'll actually sense by actually touching basically the bacteria through chemical connections between each of their cell surfaces. And yes, prokaryotics or bacteria is also a cell. It's just a cell with no nucleus. So these guys will touch, and then the macrophage is like, that's a bacteria. And it will proceed to try to gobble them up. And yes, that is how they attack. They will literally try to put you inside a little pocket known as Vagilis. Vagilis. I might be saying those words wrong. So this is actually a phospholipid bilayer coating, which, by the way, a phospholipid bilayer is just basically saying cell membrane. It's like a foot or pseudopod just grabbing towards you and slowly trying to engulf you into the cell. And proceeds to just try to trap him, like in a bubble. Like, and we'll try to consume him and go inside the cell itself. During this, there is another thing that you might learn in biology known as lysosomes. And lysosomes are basically the digestive tract of every single cell. Basically. Lysosomes will actually try to engulf and fuse with the flagellus, or the bubble as I like to call it, and will bring all of its enzymes and all of its chemicals that will immediately destroy the bacteria. Like, how should I reference this? It's like being burnt in acid, basically. It's like all your proteins are becoming denatured in a way. Because the pH level of the lysosome is so big. Well, it's so low pH level, meaning it has more hydrogen in its chemical composition, and I'm not going to get into that if you want me to. It will proceed to immediately denature the bacteria's proteins, and that sounds like it would burn, and that is correct. When something is denaturing, that means it's losing its chemical composition. Meaning it's literally being burning alive kind of style. So, that's it. That's about macrophages. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit of a video. And I did not mean for it to be this long. Oops. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, do whatever. please ring that bell and please watch my other videos. I love working on making videos, and it's just such a fun and pleasant experience. And I just love doing this entirely. But my subscriber count is so low and I can't get to any significant progress without your guys' help. So, see ya and have a great day.